Authorities have been working to uncover a sex trafficking ring across the state of Washington. Investigators saying a business in Kennewick is involved. And further details have been revealed surrounding a shooting in Wapato involving a federal officer on Yakima Reservation grounds.
Plus, we're seeing mostly dry conditions right now, but a few areas are seeing snow to start off the work week. I'll have your Monday morning forecast right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Brianna Berman Solo. I was off for a week, so I had to think in my head, is it Monday today? And it is.
Yeah.
Good morning. Happy Monday at 5 a.m.
Well, we're happy to have you back.
Hey, thank you. Happy to be back. And it is a cold one as we see the last few days of winter here. Looking ahead to spring soon. It feels like winter right now. Our temperature map showing you a range of temperatures right around freezing. So that means we need the jackets this morning. We need the gloves and the hats. And you're seeing some blue pop up on your screen here. The light blue, that's showing you where snow was falling, so you may see some ice accumulation right outside of the Tri-Cities over to Walla Walla and Dayton, and this is all wrapping up. This 3-hour loop on your screen here showing you that overnight the snow pushed to the north and to the east, and that will allow for some ice to form this morning. Use caution, but I'm not tracking a huge amount of snow across the valley locations today. So in the lower elevations, right around freezing or in the 30s, it's chilly this morning, and again, you may see a few snowflakes for the morning drive. By lunchtime, we are dry and cool, chilly today, but we'll see some sunshine return to finish the day. I'll have a look at one of the last weeks of winter, the forecast, what to expect in your 7-day outlook coming up. First on this Monday, Jill, I'll send it back over to you.
Thanks, Brianna. One phone call in Wenatchee led to a police investigation across the state for human trafficking. According to police reports, a concerned business owner called authorities saying suspicious activities were going on in the store next door. It was a massage parlor that had only been open for a few months. In an interview with police, the person who called it in says she heard concerning noises next door that indicated it wasn't just a massage parlor. With further investigation, police connected nearly a dozen massage businesses across Washington owned by the same person or with the same mailing addresses. Police did undercover investigations at 3 of these locations, 2 in Wenatchee and 1 in the Tri-Cities. They found that at each location, an employee was expecting money in return for sexual acts. Just Wednesday, agencies around the state executed search warrants at the location of those parlors, and they're still looking for 2 suspects, again accused of leading organized crime, promoting prostitution, and money laundering. And later on Good Morning Northwest, we'll be breaking this investigation down a bit more. Continuing coverage this morning on a shooting in Wapato involving a federal law enforcement officer that left 1 person injured. Authorities say a member of a U.S. Marshals task force was operating in Wapato within the bounds of the Yakima Reservation when the shooting occurred. The Yakima Valley Special Investigations Unit, which typically investigates cases involving officer use of force, says they're not involved. The FBI says their agents weren't involved in the shooting. They're investigating because it involved an assault of a federal law enforcement officer. The Pasco School District bond to build brighter futures passed by 60.9%, just barely going over the cusp to approve a bond. The goal of the bond was to alleviate overcrowding and modernize learning. They plan to do this by building 2 new high schools in the city, hopefully to be open by fall of 2025. Superintendent Michelle Whitney says the community should start seeing ground moving in April and that they're excited to get going on these projects.
Just a testament to this community's commitments to our children, and we're just so incredibly grateful and don't for 1 minute take this investment for granted. So our job now is to be good stewards of this community's investment, and we're proud and honored to do that.
There were 8 bond measures on the ballot in Washington. Superintendent Whitney says Pasco's was the only one approved. The first flight of a hydrogen-powered airplane was a success. It demonstrates that zero-emissions air travel is possible. The 40-passenger plane took off from Grant County International Airport in Moses Lake and flew around about 15 minutes before landing. This was the first in a 2-year flight test campaign with hopes into entering commercial space in 2025. It's called Windows Alive. It's a project the Yakima Arts Commission has been doing for years. and that lets artists across Central Washington get exposure for their works. Local artists from around the region are selected to have their works of art put on display in old, unused store windows. It gives people who roam the downtown area a unique visual of paintings, carvings, and drawings rather than bleak, empty storefronts.
One other thing that's important to know is that the artists, there are 6 artists that are selected for each show, and each artist does receive a $250 stipend.
Many of the people featured in the exhibit admit to being closet artists and say this opportunity gives them a chance to share their take on art with the public and artists like themselves. Windows Alive displays are located on the north side of Yakima Avenue between Hotel Mason and 3rd Street. They're hoping to have the new art up by April 7th. And history was made last night as the Washington State University women's basketball team brought home the Pac-12 championship. In their 65-61 win over UCLA, the Cougs' victory netted them their first Pac-12 title in the school's history. And not just in basketball, their championship win was their first Pac-12 title across all women's sports. Congratulations to the Cougs. We will return in just a moment, but first, Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
Let's take a look at our out-the-door forecast as you get ready for the morning hours. And if you're leaving for work or school early this morning, make sure you grab a jacket and an ice scraper, a few flurries before we see sunshine return this afternoon. Your forecast coming up.
And norovirus has made its presence felt in Tri-Cities, but it's extended its reach even further. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
As a personal injury attorney, I meet some of the best people under the worst of circumstances. They come to us suffering. They completely depend on us. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Era Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Era Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
American Idol, new Sundays on ABC.
Watch Sunday at 8 on ABC and Camp Keyview. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Fly the Northwest over Canfield Mountain. Camp Keyview local news at 6 Tuesday.
Norovirus is moving through the Tri-Cities, and now suspected cases have been showing up in Walla Walla County as well. This is a particularly strong virus that typically causes vomiting and can cause a fever. Even though the virus typically runs its course within a day or two, it can cause dehydration. It spreads very easily, so if one person in your household gets it, everyone else probably will too. The Walla Walla County Department of Community Health says hand sanitizer won't kill norovirus. You have to wash your hands with soap and water and disinfect surfaces with diluted bleach or another EPA-approved cleaner. If you're sick, you should also avoid preparing food for other people because that's one way the virus can spread easily. And speaking of health concerns, in less than a month, the state of Washington will no longer require masks in healthcare facilities, nursing homes, and correctional institutions. After April 3rd, you can still choose to wear a mask if you want to. Local governments or individual healthcare providers can still require masks. And the CDC says you still have to wear a mask if you test positive for the virus. Some troubling news about the popular keto diet. New research shows the low-carb, high-fat diet may put a person more at risk for heart disease. Scientists found the diet produced higher levels of bad cholesterol and doubled a person's risk of developing heart disease. Researchers compared the diets of several hundred people on the keto diet with about 1,200 people on a regular diet in the United Kingdom. Scientists followed participants for about a decade. Researchers caution their study shows an association between the diet and an increased risk for heart disease, but did not determine the diet caused a higher risk. Walgreens says it will not distribute abortion medication in 20 states, bowing to pressure from anti-abortion lawmakers and lawsuits targeting the legality of abortion pills. The company said it will not dispense mifepristone, the first of two drugs in the medication abortion process in 20 states, after a February 1st letter from Republican attorneys general in those states. Walgreens said it will distribute the drug only in jurisdictions where it is legal and feasible. Abortion medication now accounts for a majority of abortions in the U.S. It's become a flashpoint in the fallout from the U.S. Supreme Court's Dobbs decision last year that overturned Roe v. Wade. Coming up, the nation has been hit with severe weather all up and down the West Coast, and perhaps hardest hit in California, where record snowfall has left a few unprepared residents without supplies. And Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo returns with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials plus liquidation prices on all 20 to 22 RVs. Nobody will beat our prices. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
Tonight, the heart wants one thing.
I do see a future with you. Every moment I feel like I'm falling in love with him.
But does the mind?
I'm going to read your mind. Do you think you're the right person for Zach?
Want another?
I'm wondering if he's having doubts about me. All I can say is I'm sorry.
Am I just gonna get my heart broken?
You deserve love I can't give you. This is not the last goodbye. I know it's gonna get worse.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the back?
Yeah, it can go back into the bank.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it? Yes.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit AffordableDentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Okay, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later.
Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials on travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Class A and C motorhomes. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
Weather Alert Today. Cat KVU Local News First Alert Weather, helping keep you and your family safe. Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo.
All right, if you're getting ready right now, maybe you're not looking at your television screen, come on over and look at dry road conditions because things will be changing in just the next few hours. We do have flurries that have been popping up across the Mid-Columbia on the radar. That means that snow is still possible, but everything is clearing out. We'll see those clouds continue to clear, sunshine for the afternoon hours, and by this evening, mostly clear conditions. That also indicates that things will be even colder tonight. Watch for ice. This morning, a few flurries fall. Anything that does fall and refreezes overnight will create slick conditions for tomorrow morning. So 24-hour look at, again, chilly temperatures, technically above freezing right now in the Tri-Cities. Current temperature of 37 degrees, 34 degrees in Yakima. We don't get a whole lot warmer than that today, but we will stay above freezing for the majority of today. The snow that's falling currently along the Palouse and through Dayton, Walla Walla, we'll see that continue for, as we look into the future here, the next several hours until 9 a.m. Walla Walla, Dayton, and even just along the eastern outskirts of the Tri-Cities, all looking at a chance of light snow this morning. Yakima, Kittitas valleys, right along the eastern slopes of the Cascades, drying out first. You'll see nice clearing to the east, and that cloud coverage will be slightly more persistent to the west, but otherwise, again, sunshine returns today. After you see a little bit of a taste of winter this morning, we'll see chilly but dry conditions by this afternoon. A sign that spring's on the way, 30s turning to 40s. The farther east you go, 47 degrees in the Tri-Cities, 46 degrees after a chilly start in Hanford today. It will be cool, chilly this afternoon. You need the jacket all day long, but look at a very slow, gradual warm up through the middle of our work week, close to 50 degrees tomorrow and Wednesday. Overnight, below freezing. So every morning, even though you see sunshine every day on the weather map here, you want to have a jacket throughout the day. It's going to be cold overnight, cold through the morning hours, but we'll get up into the low to mid 50s. Chance of rain by the end of the week. Spring showers on Friday, and it feels like winter this morning. Bundle up in Yakima 30s as you head out the door. A few flurries. Grab the ice scraper as well, and then put them away through Wednesday. We've got sunshine on the way through the middle of the week. Car wash okay for Wednesday, Thursday. May see a few showers overnight Thursday through Friday, and then close to 50 degrees in Yakima by the start of the weekend. Jill?
Over the weekend, the California Department of Transportation removed just over 1.6 million liquid gallons of snow in the Twin Peaks area. While officials say some progress has been made with clearing roads and plowing snow, some residents are still left out in the cold. John Lawrence reports.
People are getting desperate up here. It's a dire situation, and it continues to get worse.
Parts of the Golden State are blanketed under monster amounts of white snow after back-to-back winter storms blasted mountain towns in Southern California. Anita Hudson says she's been snowed in at her home in Crestline for more than a week.
So you can just see the immense amount of snow here that slid off that roof. Look at the size of this berm. This is 17 feet high, maybe even higher.
She says some residents in the area are running low on food and other necessities.
We're still snowed in. We're having to snowshoe out of our road here to get groceries, to get supplies, and to check on our neighbors. There's a lot of elderly and disabled people in the area that need help as well, and we're doing what we can to check on them.
The National Weather Service reports the Sierra Nevada mountain range could get up to an additional 3 feet of snow through Tuesday. This after some areas have seen more than 30 inches of snowfall over a 24-hour period.
I understand that this storm dropped a lot of snow on us in a very quick time period, But they expected the residents to be prepared, and I think the residents should expect their leadership to be prepared as well. And quite frankly, it doesn't seem like that was the situation here.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
California officials say part of Interstate 80 at the Nevada state line will remain shut down because of winter conditions, with, quote, no estimated time of reopening. A heavy police presence Sunday outside the site of a proposed public safety training center in Atlanta. Police say 35 people were detained for committing illegal activity. According to a release from Atlanta PD, a group of violent agitators changed into black clothes and started throwing rocks, bricks, and Molotov cocktails. Officers responded after a fire erupted at the site. Protesters had demonstrated there earlier in the day and reportedly tossed rocks as they moved closer to the location they've dubbed Cop City. The training facility has sparked protests in Atlanta for months. Opponents say the construction on 85 acres of wooded land is bad for the environment and say the training facility will further militarize policing. Now to the train derailment in Ohio. Today, NTSB investigators are expected at the scene of the latest one over the weekend in Springfield, Ohio. It happened just more than a month after the toxic derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Both those trains owned by the same company. Here's ABC's Liz Nagy.
This morning, rail company Norfolk Southern faces more scrutiny over its safety record after another train derailment.
This train was over 200 cars, which is 50 more cars than the East Palestine train. So the railroad's got a lot of questions they've got to answer, and they really haven't done it very well yet.
Dashcam video shows the moment a Norfolk Southern train derailed in Springfield, Ohio over the weekend. 28 of the 212 cars derailed, including 4 empty tankers with residual amounts of diesel exhaust fluid and common industrial products. Authorities say the crash poses no threat to the public's health.
Once we got crews in there, we noticed that there was no hazards leaking, no spillage.
The cause of the derailment is still under investigation. This marks Norfolk Southern's 4th train derailment in Ohio in the past 5 months, including the derailment in East Palestine, where a toxic waste cleanup is still underway. Since the February 3rd derailment, residents there have suffered from a range of symptoms, including headaches, anxiety, coughing, fatigue, and skin irritation. The Environmental Protection Agency has now ordered Norfolk Southern to test the area for dioxins, which can cause cancer.
Safety is our number one priority. And as I stated earlier, our derailments, our mainline derailments are on the decline.
According to the Federal Railroad Administration, Norfolk Southern transports goods across nearly 20,000 miles of rail in 22 states and Washington, D.C. New legislation proposed by a bipartisan group of senators would require rail companies to notify state emergency officials if they're transporting hazardous materials.
Shouldn't take a rail disaster to get us working together like that, and that's what we're going to be doing.
On Thursday, Norfolk Southern's CEO is set to testify in front of Congress about the recent derailments. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, most dog shows tend to focus on the most beautiful dog out of the bunch. But one show is looking to celebrate the ones who might not be as conventionally attractive.
Jack, we think you're going to love this. Corn chicken. Corn chicken. Corn chicken.
So?
Get out. Right, okay.
My $6.99 popcorn chicken is back, only at Jack in the Box.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with the product so good, you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Get $1,500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT5 and XT6. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
We know vaccines, immunizations, and boosters save lives. They nearly eradicated polio, protected our infants from chickenpox and measles, and kept our kids safe from whooping cough and meningitis. The best way to keep your family safe from these viruses is to stay informed about when to get vaccinated. If you have questions about vaccinations, like COVID-19 or the flu, talk with your healthcare provider today. Learn more at askyourprovider.org.
My $6.99 popcorn chicken is back, only at Jack in the Box.
This newscast sponsored by the Working Family Tax Credit.
Jill, I have a surprise for you this morning. Snow falling at Leavenworth, but it's a very wet snow. Temperatures are not technically freezing. It's a little bit above freezing, so they're big, wet, messy flakes. That won't affect the commute too much, but we are putting a yellow light out for the morning forecast. Coming up, we'll talk about what to expect throughout the day as skies clear. We see the sunshine return, but it's a chilly one, and we'll switch over to an easy drive, green light forecast, 40s this evening, ice returning by tomorrow morning. Does your dog have a face that only its owner could love? If you answered yes, you're just like me. You're in luck because the world's ugliest dog contest is once again taking submissions. She's not ugly. She's just old. She's got a lot of salt and pepper. She's unique.
The competition's website says their goal is not to make fun of ugly dogs, but rather to celebrate, quote, the imperfections that make all dogs special and, like we just said, unique.
Yes.
This year's winner will be crowned on June 23rd at the Sonoma Marin Fair at Petaluma, California.
Not only will they walk away with the trophy declaring them as the world's ugliest dog, they'll also get $1,500. If you're interested, make sure you submit your application on the contest website by June 21st. Last year's winner was an almost hairless 17-year-old pup named Mr. Happy Face.
I wonder if that's him right there.
The mohawk.
Oh.
He looks like he has a constantly happy face.
Well, the competition has been going on for nearly 50 years and emphasizes the importance of adoption.
And just to be clear, you're submitting your pets, not your spouses.
Thanks
for
clarifying.
No, let's keep it fun, and let's keep it fun out on the roads today. We are seeing some ice potential, a few flurries this morning. Coming up, we'll talk about what to expect for the rest of the week in your extended forecast. That's in just 2 minutes.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the 2024 presidential candidate picture is starting to become a little clearer as a few new candidates come out to announce their intention to run for president. And President Biden made a trip to Selma, Alabama to remember the landmark march that helped to further the civil rights movement.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon cutting costs. The company is closing 8 Amazon Go convenience stores, half of them in San Francisco and 2 each in Seattle and New York. The company says it remains committed to the cashier-less stores idea. Despite those closings, most of them will take place on April 1st. Apple is updating its desktop for the first time in nearly 2 years. The new iMac will be more powerful with some internal design changes, but Bloomberg reports they will still come with the same 24-inch screen and offer the same color options as the current model. They're expected to ship later this year. And Tesla has again slashed prices on some of its cars in an effort to boost sales. Model S sedans have been marked down $5,000. The cost of the Model X SUVs is down $10,000. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
For fast sore throat relief, try Vicks VapoCool Drops with 2 times more menthol per drop and the powerful rush of Vicks Vapors for fast-acting relief you can feel. Vicks VapoCool Drops. Fast relief you can feel.
The Peppadew Pepper on Panera's new Green Goddess Caprese Melt. It's a small detail, but when enough of those details are melted together, they become big. New toasted baguettes. Cater your next event with Panera.
The 2024 presidential campaign picture is starting to come into view as a number of candidates have come forward over the weekend to announce their intention to run for President of the United States. And Ronald Reagan Library in California was vandalized ahead of expected presidential candidate Ron DeSantis' planned speaking engagement.
And the radar lighting up this morning with snow. I'll let you know where the snow is falling, and you don't need to tell me, or you don't need me to tell you if it's snowing right now at your house. We'll talk about the snow that continues through the morning hours before sunshine returns this afternoon. Your forecast right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Brianna Berman Solo. Happy Monday. It's 5:31. Good to be alive. Good to be in the most beautiful part of the country, in my opinion. And we're getting a little bit of everything today.
Yes, and you showed us a picture of Leavenworth, a little bit of snow there.
Yep, we've got
beautiful.
Beautiful this morning. Winter is holding on a little bit longer, but we're going to see spring return this week. So if you were hoping for warmer temperatures, we'll see that too. Right now, it is cold outside. If you are headed out the door soon and you live in the Tri-Cities, this is a very dry picture from Richland right now. Our camera sitting on top the Columbia Point Lodge, Legend Skycam Network camera there. Again, dry in the Tri-Cities. We have this radar loop, radar picking up snow east of the Tri-Cities. Very dry right now. Nothing to show in Hanford, Benton City, but you can see to the east, that's a different picture. So wider look here, the snow all moving from the southwest to the northeast right now along the Palouse. From Pullman to Dayton, that's where the majority of the snow is falling right now. Very light snow. You may see icy conditions because of the flurries that continue to pop up sporadically throughout the morning drive, and temperatures right around freezing. So it is 32 degrees right now in Connell, 37 degrees in the Tri-Cities, and 34 degrees in Yakima. Planning your day, we've got flurries to start, 40s during the lunchtime hour, and 47 degrees, lots of sunshine this afternoon. I'll have your extended forecast coming up, but first on this Monday, Jill, I'll send it over to you.
The 2024 race for the White House continues to take shape. Former President Trump is vowing to keep campaigning even if he's indicted in any of the multiple investigations he's facing. Meanwhile, announcements this weekend from 2 people thought to be running. One is in, the other out. ABC's Lindsay Watts has the latest from Washington.
This morning, we're getting a clearer picture of the 2024 presidential race.
I am your warrior. I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution.
Former President Donald Trump speaking at the Conservative Political Action Conference, telling reporters he's in even if he's indicted. This as he faces state and federal investigations over his finances, classified documents, and the January 6th Capitol attack.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't even think about leaving.
One of his biggest challenges expected to come from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. DeSantis hasn't officially announced his campaign yet, but he's currently on a book tour with stops planned this week in key states Iowa and Nevada.
We have a big problem with the federal establishment in Washington.
Yesterday, Maryland's former governor announcing he won't seek the Republican nomination. Larry Hogan saying a crowded field could help Trump win. Meantime, Democrat Marianne Williamson announcing she will run again. The self-help author spoke exclusively to ABC's Jonathan Karl.
I don't see myself as running against Joe Biden. I see this campaign as challenging a system.
As for Biden, at age 80, he's the oldest serving president in U.S. history, but says he will run again.
My intention has been from the beginning to run, but there's too many other things I have to finish in the near term before I start a campaign.
Also officially in the race, former South Carolina Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. Haley attended CPAC last week as well, and while she saw support from some people there, she was also heckled by Trump supporters. President Biden in Selma, Alabama to mark Bloody Sunday, the landmark march that helped galvanize the civil rights movement. 58 years ago, white state troopers beat hundreds of civil rights marchers as they attempted to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge. The protesters were heading to the state capitol in Montgomery to demand an expansion of voting rights. The president says voting rights are still threatened today.
Selma is a reckoning. The right to vote, to have your vote counted, is the threshold of democracy and liberty. With it, anything's possible. Without it, without that right, nothing is possible. And this fundamental right remains under assault. The conservative Supreme Court has gutted the Voting Rights Act over the years.
Police in Simi Valley, California are searching for the person who vandalized the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. The incident happened on Sunday, hours before Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was set to speak. Investigators say someone spray painted a sign at the library that said "Ron DeFascist." No other damage was found. It is widely speculated that DeSantis will run for president next year and compete against former President Donald Trump for the Republican nomination. One of the key points of DeSantis' platform is an overhaul of the United States public education system.
The state of Florida, we're proud to stand for education, not indoctrination in our schools. What is the purpose of having a school system? You know, the left thinks the purpose is to use your tax dollars and use public institutions to impose an ideological agenda, to foment political activism and advance quote-unquote social justice.
We'll be getting an even bigger boost of evening daylight when clocks spring forward for daylight saving time this upcoming weekend. Last week, Florida Senator Marco Rubio reintroduced a bill that would make it so the entire country stays on daylight saving time permanently. Basically, we would spring forward 1 year and never fall back. The Senate passed the same bill last year, but it stalled in the House, and Washington lawmakers voted in favor of permanent daylight saving time years ago. But Congress has to sign off on the request, and so far that has not happened. Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo is here with a look at your forecast.
We'll look at icy, chilly conditions right now, but otherwise pretty quiet out there this morning. Coming up, we talk about when the snow ends and how much we'll see across the region in your extended forecast.
And the winner of the 5th largest lottery jackpot ever has finally been identified. Find out more about the Washington State resident when we come back next on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
TY? Thank you is TY now?
Next live, Katie Holmes. Plus, live returns to the Oscar stage for Live's After Oscars show.
Today at 9 on Cat KView.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
I like to move it. You like to move it.
We're reinventing our network.
Move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. You like to move it. I like to move it. You like to move it.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
The concert you've been waiting for. Jen Blossoms.
Anywhere you go, I'll follow you.
Jen Blossoms. Live in concert. Friday, March 17th at Legends Casino Hotel. Buy your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Jen Blossoms.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Make an experience this weekend to Vapiano. Relax in the country, experience the wine, and share in the joy. Vapiano awaits you and your friends. Make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estate and Winery. Slow down, enjoy the journey.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Welcome back. We are learning more about the woman who won the 5th largest Powerball jackpot in history. While most people who won $754 million would probably quit their jobs, lottery officials say this winner plans to stick around her workplace at least for a little while. Lauren Donovan reports.
Funny enough, she didn't know how much she had won. It wasn't until she went and checked the numbers that she realized that she had the ticket, the big winning ticket.
The 9th largest lottery prize in U.S. history now belongs to Becky Bell.
This is generational wealth. This means she's set for life, her kids are set for life, and their kids are set for life.
The longtime Boeing employee played the lotto regularly, but never imagined a spur-of-the-moment purchase at this Fred Meyer in Auburn would land her a life-altering sum of money.
She was with her daughter at the grocery store, saw the big jackpot, advertised jackpot sign was $747 million. She worked at Boeing. They had just rolled out the last 747 off the line and just felt like there was an omen. And so she bought one more ticket, and it just happened to be the big winner.
747 serendipity.
And so this is just all around a really wonderful, wonderful story.
So I hope that whoever won has solid advice and good people around them.
Washington's Lottery tells me the Auburn mom has had her financial advisor with her every step of the way. She plans to give some to her kids, some to her sisters, and the rest she'll invest.
Very lucky. Very lucky.
I'm told after working at Boeing for the past 36 years, Becky was gearing up for retirement this summer. But with millions now in hand, that date's been pushed up to the end of March.
She's leaving a little bit early, but she still wants to go to work so she can train her replacement. Just the best person you can ever imagine.
Coming up, a bill in the Washington state legislature is just the latest in a growing movement meant to hold gun makers accountable if someone is killed by one of their weapons. And we'll return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast. That's next.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
Did you know that you may have insurance coverage for your own medical expenses? If you have insurance questions, call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
Steps to a brighter future with Merit Resource Services.
When you are in need of substance abuse disorder treatment and your burdens are too much to bear alone, Merit will help. Our experienced and certified staff offers support recovery for all in need by providing access to quality assessment, education, integrated treatment services, and co-occurring services for substance abuse and behavioral health needs. Merit Resource Services, where we believe in recovery for all.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
You two want to know the sex of the baby?
Yes.
No. Don't look.
The Good Doctor is Monday's feel-good hit.
My job is to mentor and teach you how to be a good doctor.
The Good Doctor, new tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers, and the doers, thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup.
It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups and get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
It's great to see ya. Come on down. Welcome to Sea Galley. Dinner tonight or the Shipwreck Lounge. In case you forgot, we have your all-you-can-eat salad bar, and we can seat groups of up to 50 people. May I suggest our surf and turf special, prime rib and crab. Enjoy your meal and save room for dessert. We have a happy hour and big screen TVs. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
Have you been injured in an auto accident and aren't sure what your rights are? Give Allen Brecky Law Offices a call for a free consultation. They will explain the process to you for free and will even look into the insurance company's offer for you.
Now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Bermansolo.
Winter is not over yet. We are starting off right with a look at this snow map right now. And there's a lot of numbers on your screen, or there are a lot of numbers, but for the most part, I want you to look at the coloring here. Anywhere you see any coloring at all, shading of that light blue down to dark blue, that's where we'll see the most snow today. So right along the foothills of the Blues, 2 inches possible, Walla Walla included in this. A dusting this morning in the Tri-Cities, an inch or a little bit more in Prosser and Yakima, and that all starts this morning. So technically we are dry right now in a dry pocket in the Tri-Cities, but Futurecast looking ahead, showing you that the areas I pointed out getting the most snow, all of that's falling before 9 a.m. and Walla Walla will be right in the thick of the white stuff by 9-10 o'clock this morning. Plan on a slick commute, especially the farther east you go across the Mid-Columbia. Some nice clearing first this morning through the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Then clouds do form over the eastern slopes of the Cascades here. Again, remember, this valley, the Mid-Columbia Basin, sandwiched right between 2 mountain ranges. So the Blues, the Cascades pick up a few inches today while we stay relatively dry and even get some sunshine throughout the afternoon hours. By 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, it will be icy and slick, but that sunshine returns today before we know it. Winter this morning, spring, chilly, a chilly spring day by this afternoon. Sunshine, 43 degrees, your forecast high in Yakima today. 47 degrees in the Tri-Cities, and looking at Walla Walla, 45 degrees. Spring also making an appearance as we look ahead over the next 7 days. We do inch closer, just a couple weeks away from the official start to spring, the equinox this year, and we'll feel that as we look ahead to Wednesday and Thursday as well. Technically still winter, so overnight it's cold, down below freezing Wednesday through Thursday morning, Friday morning, and we see a chance of spring showers by Friday afternoon. Otherwise, a slow, gradual warm up, looking at sunshine and 50s for the weekend. It's chilly over the next 7 days in Yakima and definitely cold, below freezing as well overnight. Otherwise, flurries this morning, but then dry conditions, some sunshine returning before the day is done. We'll see sunny skies Tuesday and Wednesday. You can get your car wash done by the weekend, as we do see a few showers Thursday night and Friday. I would wait till Friday afternoon, but perfect timing to get out and do some yard work by Saturday and Sunday in the forecast. Jill?
A proposal that would make it easier to sue gun makers is advancing in the Washington state legislature. Cap KVU's Alyssa Warner reports this is part of a growing movement across the country.
Federal law broadly protects gun makers from facing punishment if their products are used to commit a crime. The reasoning there is that guns don't kill people, people kill people. But lately, more and more states have started opening up loopholes, saying that gun makers do hold some responsibility if, for example, they're advertising their weapons to people who shouldn't have them, or advertising the weapons in a way that they shouldn't be used in reality, like showcasing them in video games. In Washington, Senate Bill 5078 would require gun makers and sellers to take reasonable precautions to make sure that they're not contributing to a public nuisance, in this case, crime. Advertising guns that can be modified into something illegal, with, for example, a large capacity magazine, and advertising guns to people who aren't allowed to have them, like young teenagers, would both be banned under the proposal. Senate Bill 5078 has gotten approval in the Senate and now heads to the State House.
This is one of several gun control proposals that Governor Inslee and Attorney General Bob Ferguson requested from the legislature this year. One proposal requiring a permit in order to buy a gun and another banning certain types of guns are both still waiting on a vote, with the next deadline coming up on Wednesday. Last week, a judge gave law enforcement in Washington the authority to arrest someone for refusing tuberculosis treatment. This is a case out of Pierce County on the west side. Health officials say a woman with tuberculosis has refused to isolate or get treatment, and she's refused court orders to do so for more than a year now. Health officials say that's extremely rare for someone with this potentially deadly but treatable disease.
A lot of times, while we may hear about these cases, they tend to do the right thing and protect others around them. Most people do not want to hurt other people or infect other people.
Tuberculosis doesn't spread as easily as viruses like COVID or the flu, but there are about 20 cases of active TB in the state every year. The county health department in court documents said the only action to protect public health is for the woman to get treatment at the Pierce County Jail. 80% of pregnancy-related deaths in Washington were preventable. That's a new finding from the State Department of Health in a 2023 report. The report on maternal deaths in Washington is published every 3 years to look at what's causing pregnancy-related deaths and how they can be prevented. A research panel classifies these deaths as during pregnancy or up to a year postpartum. This new report found the leading cause of pregnancy-related deaths includes suicide and overdose.
Postpartum health conditions and stressors continue, and with behavioral health, for example, nearly 2/3 of deaths due to unintentional substance overdose happen later in postpartum. It suggests that the work to address mental health and substance use disorders shouldn't overlook that period from 6 weeks to a year postpartum.
When we come back, they say Wu-Tang is for the children, and one member of the famed hip-hop group is taking that seriously, reaching out to young children in Baltimore through the game of chess.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
Many people who deserve Social Security, disability, and workers' compensation benefits are denied.
If you were denied, you want an experienced attorney's personal attention.
I personally handle each workers' comp case.
And I personally handle each Social Security disability case.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630, Bothwell and Hamill.
Has your dishwasher let you down lately?
Then see the latest Bosch dishwashers at Fred's Appliance. Fred's also has models you won't find at the box stores.
Bosch means quality and innovation. New Bosch dishwashers quietly deliver sparkling dishes.
With features like third rack and a new drying system that even dries plastic, Bosch raises the bar for dishwashers.
Fred's has more dishwashers in stock than you'll see anywhere. Come in and see us today.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
As I'm putting together my Plan Your Day forecast, I think about how it will impact your day. My goal is to be very clear so you'll know exactly what to expect.
Brianna Berman-Solo and First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from KFKV Local News, helping keep you and your families safe.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile. I didn't sleep last night.
Live with Kelly and Ryan today at 9 on KFKV.
Winter's not done yet. If you thought maybe we saw the last round of snow, the last time it did snow about a week or so ago, hold on. Spring return this weekend. We've got another round of winter on the way or happening right now. So a chance of flurries this morning in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We'll see the clouds part though. It's short-lived, this blast from winter, as chilly but spring-like temperatures and sunshine return this afternoon. We'll see flurries again in the Yakima Valley. Tri-Cities looking at highs in the 40s today and sunshine returning by the afternoon hours. Starting off with light snow along the foothills of the Blues in Pendleton, Walla Walla, sunshine and 40s for your Monday afternoon hours.
A group of young chess players had a surprise field trip to Baltimore City Hall Friday. When they got there, they found out the opponent in a local chess tournament would be a hip-hop superstar. Brianna Ross has the story.
You can tell by the concentration, the focus, that these middle school and high school students are no strangers to the game of chess.
I keep studying it because it's something I enjoy.
They practice in school, after school, or even online.
But it's not every day that they get to practice with a member of the famous Wu-Tang Clan.
Everybody, this is the almighty GZA.
GZA asked Mayor Brandon Scott to pick a group of students to play him in chess while he's in town. The mayor invited students from Green Street Academy and Cross Country Elementary Middle School to City Hall on Friday to face GZA in a chess tournament.
Chess is an important thing for children. You know, it teaches critical thinking, strategic planning. It's a great game. No other board game compares to it, and it strengthens them in many ways.
And it's a wonderful experience for them, and it shows that we have music artists, hip-hop artists that are truly beloved and believe in the culture in cities. And it's another example, prime example of Wu-Tang being for the children.
The students and their coaches soaked in every minute of the experience.
Really excited for this opportunity, honestly. I've never done anything like this before.
But we see this as an opportunity to prepare for nationals that's coming up in the end of March. So any way they can play against people that they don't know, it's a great opportunity to practice for that.
A practice unlike all the others that these students won't forget.
I'm sure they won't forget it. Brianna, do you play chess?
I do play chess, and if I played chess with a celebrity that I respected, I think any tournament after that, I've never done a tournament, but it would seem easy after that.
Yeah.
The pressure that they went under, that's
so much pressure.
Oh, but so much fun too. Yeah. How about you?
I play it very poorly.
Okay, that's all that matters. You play. You take a risk.
I know the rules.
Yes, exactly. And hey, the rules of the road, winter driving, apply today. Make sure you are using caution as we see just a light dusting of snow creating icy conditions for a few of us. I'll let you know where. You see it here, the radar lighting up with that snow falling. We'll let you know where in just 30 seconds.